Hi, welcome back to Spirit Lounge. Hope you guys are doing well, and this is the second chapter of the Chandogya Upanisad. It's fairly short, so we'll get straight into this. It's there's not much content in this because the chapter is actually pretty short, and there's not much you can extract from it. So let's just get straight into the chapter itself. Let's get to the beginning. So this is chapter 2 of the Chandogya Upanisad. Okay, so the Vedas, again, large body of work. It's the most esoteric, metaphysical, spiritual component of the Vedas, which are four main components, written between 1200 to 400 BC. So hence a lot of the way they use metaphor and the way the material realm is used, and analogies and stories are used to describe the spiritual journey itself. Okay, we'll go into the first. This is still the first two chapters. We're dealing with the forms of worship and doctrines. So we're going to finish that off now, and then the latter eight, or I'll condense them a little bit, will be the Chandogya Upanisads themselves, which will be very closely mirroring some of the Upanisads that we've already gone through. So prior to this, I think we went through the Aranyaka Upanishad, so some of it's very similar to that actually. Okay, let's get into this. So if you guys can see that correctly. Yep. Okay. So this goes on to the chant Om that we covered in the chapter 1. The chant is good in various ways. Om, meditation on the entire Saman, which is the chant, is good. Is good people call Saman, which is the chant. Not good is a Saman. People say he approached, which is the approach to the divine worship, to divinity through worship, with Saman in a kindly way, approached him with no Saman, no kindly way. So effectively saying that if you want to approach the worship and going towards the divine, you must do so through chant, through the arche, which is the hymn, through the diffused breath, which is sending that out, and the Om, which is the vibration and sound. Okay, some analogies to the fivefold chant in the worlds. In the worlds, one should meditate on the chant as fivefold. It should be the earth, the fire, the atmosphere, the sun, and the sky. So this is the nidana. So the earth is the nurturer, the fire being the executions, the chant itself, the energy of that chant, diffused into the atmosphere or the space. The sun bringing therefore light, and the sky being the heavenly divine realms, which is called the nidana. As the conclusion, the higher ascending, earth is the nidana, as the people that come back to earth are deposited here. So the conclusion, what it's saying is there are two conclusions for me. There's the earth for that reincarnational cycle, or there is the nidana, which is the space from which we desire to go back into. That is also a higher ascending, what we could call conclusion. So we can read it in both ways. In the rainstorm is meditate on the fivefold chant, which is Saman in the rain, wind as the syllable, which is him, and lightning as the thunder, as the pratithra. So here again they're using the earthly forces and nature, and forces of nature to describe the forces themselves. In the waters, fivefold Saman is in all waters. The cloud and the rains flow east and west. The ocean is the nidana, which is the conclusion. So it's using that as an analogy. It's saying that all waters flow from east and west, but they conclude within the ocean, which is the conclusion of it, its own nidana. In the seasons, among the seasons, spring, summer, and the rainy season, and autumn and winter is the nidana, i.e. being the end of the year. It starts to become cold. So again, that's another conclusion. So it's an analogy. In animals, so it says among animals, goats, sheep, cows, horses, human being as the nidana. So it's saying the human being being the final, the concluding, most conscious state of animal being. So this is what it's saying in terms of spiritual development, or capacity for spiritual development within the vessel in which the spirit hosts. is hosted. Among the vital breaths, one should meditate on the most excellent fivefold, which is the breath, the speech, the eye, the ear, the mind. So this is talking about the fivefold. So the breath is also our spiritual light, but also the breath being that which we diffuse, in breath, out breath, diffuse breath, from which we chant hymns, and verses or metas, and also meditate on the sound of Om, and we speech through the cascading of speech of divine truth to others and oneself, the eye in which we see truth, the ear in which we hear truth, the mind in which we start to perceive greater aware states of consciousness, and Saman is a vital breath, and through the speech, eye, ear, mind are most excellent. So there are various chants, so it listed various chants, and I'm not going to go through those, but it listed those and kind of describe, put a hymn in each of these. So there's the Gayatri chant, the Ratantara chant, which is the fire, the Vamadevya chant, which is the Intek, the Buddha chant, which is the sun, Varyubhya chant, which is the rain, Varyaja, which is seasons, and so on and so forth. You can look those up. There are 12 months and 5 seasons. So we have the 4 seasons. They have the rainy season. So that's why they had 5 seasons. And the 3 worlds, which is the earth, atmosphere, and the sky, equals 20. The sun is the 21st. This is how you might see the denotations in the text sometimes. Okay, the Saman regarding the all. So the chant regarding the all. Threefold knowledge is the symbol of him. So remember, this is the earth and the waters, the fire, and the atmosphere. The 3 worlds, fire, air, and sun, are the Udgitha. Stars, birds, and light rays are the Prathara. Serpents are the Gadvaras. These are the beings, and the fathers are the Nidana. Fathers are meaning that they are the creators of the Vedas themselves, or the Vedas themselves are the fathers. It's effectively the passage is talking about. Okay, different modes of chanting. I choose the high-sounding one as good for cattle. Undefined one belongs to Prajapati. That is also the gods and demons. The creator god or deity is Prajapati. Defined one to Soma, which is the moon. Soft to Vayu, and strong to Indra. Ill-sounding to Varuna. One practice all these, avoid Varuna. So it's basically the deities representing things. It's asking us to avoid Varuna. I can't remember what Varuna is the symbolic of, but I should have looked at that one. Different modes of virtuous life. 3 branches of duty. The 3 branches of duty: sacrifice, study, and almsgiving. Almsgiving being giving to the poor. Austerity is the first, so this is sacrifice. Second is a pursuit of sacred wisdom, and controlling the body is the third, which is almsgiving. All of these is to attain the world's stands, and once you do, you stand firm in Brahman, which is, remember, the supreme consciousness, and you attain life eternal, which is we all have life eternal within our spiritual selves, but life eternal means connecting to the divine spiritual self, which is eternal, so therefore we have life eternal. Understanding it whilst in the realm of ignorance, which is also the encompassing of our body around our true self. The syllable Om, Prajapati brooded on the worlds and issued forth 3-fold knowledge: earth, atmosphere, and sky. It's also fire in there. Issued forth the syllable Om, and that was to depict all this. So the Om is the universal sound and the embodiment of the universal all. So it's very short. There's a chants, actually, these chants that are listed here. Okay, let me just get this up there. It's not moving for some reason. It's stuck. Oh, there you go. It's a delay on my laptop. These chants encompass most of this chapter. You can read those at your own leisure. But effectively, that's the end of that. And again, second coming, practice and understand what one executes on our own journeys. And again, I want to say thank you for listening to this very short chapter. I'm going to bring in the chapter 3 on shortly, and thank you for following along and also subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me that this means something to others. So thank you again, and God bless you all until next time. Thank you.